Alright, so I haven't uploaded in 3 or 4 or 5 days. I'm not actually 100% sure on that. But the reason I haven't been uploading so much lately is because of the fact that school is back for me, which means I have a very busy schedule. Today's Friday night, so I've got the weekend to make some videos again. But basically, school's back, so I'm back focused on that again, and the stereo's taken a step back. But I just thought I'd make a little update video explaining what's happening as far as that. The DS18s I am still saving up for. I've got to get the front of house in, which again I have next to no time, so once I get the front of house in this room, I'll take the 18s out, sell the 18s there. I got to sell my dad's old car, and that should end me with enough money. All those vibrations, that should end me with enough, that low note, that should end me with enough money to go out and buy the DS18 subs. Let me turn that back down now. I just wanted to do that. Yeah, that should leave me with enough money to go and purchase the DS18 subs. Now, I've been looking at videos of them. There's not actually much, so that'd be interesting to have a video on, I think. But yeah, I'll be selling the 18s, obviously. The DS8, I've got to build a new baffle for the front to fit 15-inch woofers instead of 18-inch woofers, which are in it now. But one comment that I got a couple times was that the 15s weren't going to be as loud as the 18s, and yes, I would agree. However, no, because these 18s are 600 watts RMS, and these aren't burping subs, so these aren't like car audio where you can burp them on twice their rated power, or like the trios where you can burp them on 6 times their rated power. No. The moment you push these past their power rating, whether it's for a minute or 3 seconds, I'm sorry about the popping, I'm trying to avoid that. But the moment you push it past that for any significant or any short period of time, the subs start to get hot. And that's annoying, because that means that amp is those amps are restricted at about a quarter their power, and also the limiters do absolutely nothing, because the limiters engage at the bench test, the limiters engage around 1450. No, 14. Snapchat. The limiters engage around 4,740 watts until the limiters engaged. Yes, that is ridiculous. And the thing that means, DS18 should be able to take that fine. It's 3,600 watts RMS a sub, 4,800 watts RMS of power, limiters engaged, no peaking signal wise, subs should be able to go fine. Whereas with these 18s I got in here now, considering they can't take any more than their rated power, and those amps push out 4 times their rated power, it's really not good for the subs. And I can't set the limiters up. I can set the limiters up to stop getting louder when the amps are peaking, but the problem is when the amps are peaking is already like 4 times way too hard for these 18s. But that's to deal with that. The front of house need 2 more coats of paint on them, and then they'll be all good and golden to come in here. I'll be using the trios probably as my daily subs in the middle there, the front of house either side of that. As we can see up here, I have 2 FS Audio 15-inch. I think they call them, or on the receipt it said 250 watt subwoofers, whereas on their website they're 300 watt mid-range, sort of mid-low speakers. They play up to like 3 or 4 kilohertz, I mean. So that's fine, because these horns here, these massive 3-inch horns, insanely big waveguide, these massive horns here play down to like 800 hertz anyway. So I could get away with probably something even like the DS18s for subs, but no, these are fine. I mean, not DS18 for subs, like DS8. Like I could get away with car audio woofers because they can play up to 1K anyway. But nevertheless, that's that. So I've got to get the front of house in. They'll be going there and there. I don't know what I'm going to do with fronts wise, whether I'll just place these to the left or the right, or I'll try and get some other smaller. I got no clue yet. I got to work that out. But once I get that worked out, that'll be sweet. I just need to get the front of house in here. That's my bass knob, by the way. I just need to get the front of house in here to be able to tell what's going to go where. Oh, look at that. Signal lights aren't even, or are barely coming on, and I'm just peeking the mic on this camera. Oh, let me turn that back down slightly. But yeah, I just thought I'd share what the deal is with the subs and what's happening. So it's definitely going to be louder with the DS18s than it is right now with the 18s, as I've just explained why. Because the DS18s are 3 times the rated power, plus the car subs, so I can burp them on a little bit more than that, and they should be 100% fine. I've also redone all my wires. I was going to do a video on it, but then I just got lazy and didn't actually end up doing it. If you can see back here, all these wires are red and black. That's because I've purchased all new wires. Oh, that power board's fallen down. It should be up there with the other one, which is also fallen down. Wow, I didn't even realize that. But yeah, all the red wires are for the right channel, all the black wires are for the left channel. So that's really neatly done now. Bar all the power boards falling down. Even the subs down there have color-coded wires, which is actually a funny story. As the company sent me, I ordered 8 1.5 meter XLR cables, and they shipped me 8 single cables. It was 4 pairs of cables, and they shipped me 4 single cables. Then my mum went down to the shop because my smoke machine that I purchased from there had stopped working, and we swapped it over and got another 4. No, we didn't. We gave back the 4 they had because they were all black ones, and I got the stereo ones, which are what I'm running in here. So they gave me the model up. So they gave me the model up cables from what I actually originally ordered, which I was fine with. And then today I randomly received in the post another 8 XLR cables of that model up. So I've now got 16 XLR cables, even though I only paid for 8 and they originally gave me only 4, which is... Anyway, it's really cool because I have XLR cables for days now. What I was getting with that is I redid all the cables here, obviously had the AVE stuff hooked up. I never ran them because you can't hear them over the 18, so if you look back here now, I don't know if I can actually get back here, but there's nothing coming out of the back of them because they're not hooked up. Same with the front of house, aren't hooked up to anything anymore. Let's see if I can get you back there. Nothing plugged into them because once I have the front of house in here, there's no point using those because I'm just wasting their life, and therefore the businessy... Does that? Oh, it does. Oh, no, it doesn't. I was just checking to see if the phone I'm using has flash on. Also, what are your thoughts on the video quality? If I should be using this one more often, or if I should go back to other phones? I'm not going to say what this phone is. I want you to take a guess, or just let me know your thoughts on it. But yeah, that's it as far as the updates on the stereo. This should be sweet. Now, this camera's actually quite nice, by the way. Yeah. The microphone on this was absolutely terrible, so I am using the zoom, but I use the zoom with everything anyway, just because of that sound quality. Also, it would look probably nicer if I was recording in 4K, but I'm actually recording in 60 FPS, and the quality... Ooh, just pulled the headphones out of my ear. My monitoring headphones, so I can tell when it's peaking, but the quality still seems to be really good when it's... First time I'm having issues focusing. Alright, just as I was saying how good it was. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's basically what's happening as far as the sub situation and what's going on as far as that. And yeah, I've got acoustic foam in the hi-fi system as well, which I'll do an update video on that one. Well, a full video on that. Probably with acoustic samples of what the acoustics in this room are, what they were in the other room with no acoustic treatment, then with what I've got now, and then continuing to progress on and on and on. I'm sorry about that noise. But anyway, since this is being noisy, I'll wrap up the video. So thank you for watching, and yeah, we'll stick around for some real bass power. These 18s are great, but God, the car audios are going to pound a lot harder than these are, or do. So anyway, stick around for insane amount of bass in this bedroom on what will be 9,000 watts RMS through these Cerwin Vega amps, and then I'll have like I'll have like 1,000 watts or so on mid-high, so it'll be over 10,000 watts RMS. So stick around for the 10,000 watt RMS bedroom audio system build.